Like, I might have nothing to say, but...
just chitter chatter, and it's content and it's good.
Yeah.
Like, as it grows, people can resonate with different people.
Yeah.
So am I okay saying your name?
Yeah.
So Billy, yeah. Cool. So just picked up another customer and we're just having chitter chatter. I was explaining to them what it is I do. So I like to, my slogan's monetize your passion. And I always say to people, like, if, let's say, I'm going to ask you, jump straight in and ask you, let's say Billy won the lottery. Most people do jobs because it pays the bills. If you won the lottery, would you still, because take away travelling and looking after friends and family, you'll have a void in your life.
Yeah.
So if money wasn't an issue, would you still continue the job you're doing now? Or is there something else that you do?
No, definitely wouldn't do what I do now.
Lucky we're doing audio.
Yeah. That's another reason.
Okay.
Well, that bastard again. He's always slagging us. No, but I think I would try and get back to the military for what they've done to me. So I've always wanted to do it from when I was a young kid.
Okay.
And then joined when I was 16. Absolutely loved it. But then, just over the time, I was just surrounded by people who didn't want to be in the army. And I don't know whether it was down to me being naive or what, but, you know, over time, if someone keeps telling you, this is shit, or this, get out while you can, crap, this, that, the other.
Okay.
I just got to a point where I was confident in myself, but I just thought, you know what, if all these, like, older soldiers who I look up to say it's crap, well, why am I still here then? So I got out, you know, thinking, well, I'll see what... See if the grass is greener.
Okay.
And, alright, I've been lucky enough to get the job that I've got, where I'm paid really well. But I miss the army, I miss the camaraderie, I miss doing the job that I've done. You know, it's like young lads always want to be footballers. I always wanted to be a soldier.
Did you? Yeah.
So when I put the uniform on, that was me putting me kit on. And,
okay.
Do you know what I mean? Running out in the state, that's what it felt like for me.
Yeah. And you really loved it and enjoyed it?
I loved it, but because the people around me, my teammates, didn't love it, I thought, well, why am I, like, different to them? Why don't I like it?
Because you still got a group of friends, like your old colleagues who are still in there?
Yeah.
So some stuck it out, others never?
Yeah, that's because there was nothing else for them, and maybe it's where they were as well. Like, I was in a unit that was quite, you know, it was very fitness driven, and that's all he really cared about, and, you know, we were the top of what we done.
Okay.
And if you weren't the fittest or the greatest there, you know, you felt a little bit left out. Okay.
So looking back in hindsight, why do you think a lot of them older people felt like the way they did looking back? Was it the pay? Was it the structure?
Maybe it was because of what we done. They thought we should have been paid more, which is rightly so. Same as, like, you look at nurses, like, they should be paid Premier League wages, I think, for what they do. Nurses, doctors, right, I know doctors get paid, but you know what I mean? Footballers get paid millions.
Yeah.
But doctors and nurses save a life, aren't they? So...
What was your role in the army?
I was in the signals.
What is that?
So communicating across the battlefield, you know, with radios and stuff like that.
Okay, that's interesting. So, for example, Combat Barbie, that was a nickname, the girl I was telling you about before, so they all know it as Combat Barbie, but she'd done an audio, and like I said, so her role is a medic. Most people know what a medic is.
Yeah.
Your role, signals?
Yeah.
Did you call it, yeah?
Yeah.
So, I'm assuming my ignorance, limited understanding, you're on the battlefield, someone else is 100, 500 yards away. Is your team taking care of keeping everyone together?
Yeah, so whatever needs to be communicated across the battlefild, again, like you say, you can't shout 500 metres, so it might be a couple of miles, it might be a couple of 100 metres. A radio operator will have a radio on his back, for example, and he'll send a message backwards or forwards across the battlefield, what's going to happen next. So that'll be you with the radio equipment? Possibly, yeah. Okay, it sounds very interesting. Why did you choose that or get put in that role? No, what it was, when I first wanted to join, I just wanted to be in the army. Okay. So, as in, you know, infantry fighting the war and all stuff like that. done me medical.
You're brave, by the way, to wanting to choose that role.
No, it's just one of them things. Some people are just different, aren't they?
Definitely,
yeah. Do things like that. So yeah, I wanted to be infantry, done me medical, and then they said that there wasn't going to be an opening for another 6 months, so I would have had to do me medical again. Have you thought about getting a trade? So obviously as a young lad you think, oh, and then your mum gets in your ear, oh, you should get a trade, be an engineer, you know, if you ever leave the army you've got something to fall back on. And I was like, so what is there? And they were like, you can be in the engineers and be a bricklayer, or you can build bridges or fix vehicles, or you can join the signals and operate radios and come out and work for BT or Sky or whatever. I just wanted to get in the army as quick as I could. So I joined the shop. I'll be honest, if I went back in, I wouldn't join the signals now.
Okay. What would you join?
That's not bad mouthing them. Personally, an infantry regiment.
Okay.
Because there's opportunities within the infantry, I think. You can still do courses to better yourself in the army, no matter what. No matter what corps you're in. So if you're a tradesman, you're part of a corps.
Okay.
If you're an infantry, you're part of like a regiment.
Okay. But with signals, them opportunities have not as many.
No, there still is, but just for fulfilment and job-wise, being more outdoors and probably get hate off loads of soldiers here.
No, it's your perspective.
Yeah, just, you know, field cap, do actual soldiering.
Yeah,
you know, you always say, you know, first you're a soldier and then you do your trade, but you know, infantry they do when everyone thinks of the army, they think of people, you know, fighting the fight.
Do. That's it, they do. And like you say,
as ignorant as that sounds, it's like every time you speak to someone, they say, have you killed someone? Where have you been? They never say, oh, what radio system did you operate, or what vehicles did you work on?
Yeah, it is. That's the first thing, isn't it? So that's the perception. Like you say, whether it's the medic, the signals guy, everyone, it's a team.
Yeah.
Team effort, everyone plays a role. And that's what this podcast is about, is like too many people get divided and polarised if someone's got a different opinion or perspective. And it's nice for people to have their perspectives, and people agree or disagree. They'll have their own perspective, but ultimately people are allowed to have theirs.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and I love like finding out, because it's educational. You're giving people an insight to how it works. And like I said, as things grow, people could come across this conversation months, years down the line, and they like it, and it could inspire them because you're educating us to how it works and things like that. Okay. Yeah, no, it's fascinating. So, and you must have had a big certain level of fitness as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the squadron I was in, so they were I don't want to say too much about giving away, but
certain information.
You know, they were part of a big brigade.
Okay, like an elite.
Yeah.
Okay. See, what are you talking about? This time frame, a certain war that people will be familiar with? Iraq,
no, they still are
Afghanistan?
now. They still will be now.
Okay. Yourself, have you got experience in war?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I never got the opportunity to travel. But
Okay.
That was just down to time frame. Don't get me wrong, I still travelled a lot with the army, but it was only on exercise.
Yeah. And that's another big part, I think, as well. What people like the army for is whether it's the infantry, it's the travel and the experience. Like you say, the camaraderie, the friendships, the relationships becomes like family.
Oh yeah,
Totally.
definitely. So it doesn't matter whether you're on exercise or, you know, you're on an operational tour. As long as you're with the people you're with, you just crack on with it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And you said, so are you patriotic?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I think it's important, like Combat Barbie, like she's willing to die on the field, and she said she had a lot of history, a family, like won medals. I think she said the first guy to take the beach in one of the wars and stuff. So there was a lot of like patriotism within her, and it was boss to get that energy and that spark off her. And I think nowadays, what's it called? Conscription.
Yeah.
At the moment, they're talking about potential conscription down the line, men and women. What's your thoughts on that?
1000% I think it should be a thing.
Okay, okay.
For the simple fact, a 16-year-old lad leaving school, or lady leaving school, if they're not going to go into further education, I just think a year, it made me grow up so much.
Did it, yeah?
Yeah, just little things, you know, like, I knew how to iron and stuff like that. But,
discipline, yeah.
But even things like that, some people don't know how to do things. You know, you even get taught how to shave. Like, I know some people haven't got, like, a lot of the lads in the army didn't have, like, a mum or a dad. You know, they only had a dad so there was no one there to teach them, and you're like, how do you not know how to shave? But if there's no one there to show you, it's like I always say, everyone's heard this. You know, there's no stupid question.
Yeah, no way.
Because if you don't know it, if no one's ever showed you or told you this, how are you meant to know it? And the army gave me the confidence to ask the stupid questions. And even sometimes, even though I knew the answer, I knew there was people around me who didn't. It gave me the confidence to be that person to, you know what, I'll ask you.
Yeah, definitely. I'm the same. No matter how so-called there's no such thing as a stupid question. I mean, if you don't know it, you don't know it. Just ask. Why not? Okay, no, it's interesting. See, for example, what's it called? National, when everyone used to go.
National service.
National service. I was speaking to, there's a jock guy I pick up on Vauxhall Road every now and again, old school, been in the army, work with the Americans and stuff like that, and it's always interesting to hear his stories. And he says, it would never work now, the kids are too mollycoddled, and you couldn't be, like back in the day, he said you get your ass kicked. Yeah. Nowadays, they couldn't like kick your ass because you'll sue them. Yeah. Or it's a bit too, what's the word, diplomatic immunity, or you just can't do what you could have done back then. Would you agree?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. That's what I say, the lads I speak to now, they say you'd hate it now because of the way it's become. Like, they've adapted over time because they've been there and done it, but still serving. I was there at a time when, you know, it was normal.
Yeah.
So if I would have left to come back, I'd be like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
It's not the army no more, it's like a creche.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. No, it's interesting. I think that's probably the energy and the consensus what your friends are talking about. Just too many rules, laws, this, that, you can't do this, definitely can't give someone a beating. You know, like an army officer, a superior, like beating someone nowadays, probably it'd be so much difficult. You'd have human rights lawyers on your back.
Well, it'd be all over the internet as well. When I was in, I think I didn't have like a camera phone when I first started.
Yeah, imagine it now.
So the only calls you made was to like your mum and dad or to your bird, and it was only text. There was no pictures or nothing. There was no internet, no Facebook. So you know, it was just mad.
Big factor. That's a big factor. Yeah, your superiors would be recorded on the slide.
Well, yeah, but then you have like soldiers now. You know, they're obviously in peak condition. They're physically fit humans. Yeah. They're doing TikToks, you know, like showing off the body and doing that. You're like, you're meant to be representing your country as a soldier.
Yeah.
You know, and you're trying to like get likes.
Monetizing. Yeah.
Embarrassing.
No, I totally hear where you're coming from. So, see, going back to like what you said before, so even though technically you haven't won the lottery at the moment, you never know, isn't there some way, because you said you'd like to do something to do with the army for what they've done to you, give back, elaborate a little bit more on that, exactly what you're thinking of?
I don't know, I think I'd have to speak to like soldiers and see like what I could do, because I couldn't, you know, I'm obviously not just going to give me millions to the soldiers and say go ahead, go on a piss up, but see what they need, or see what I could do to help. I don't know. So just make their life better.
Okay.
Or especially like lads who've left the army, because I can't just go into the military and say, right, I've won the lottery. I'm going to buy us all new weapons and all new equipment, and we're going to look boss and go into battle looking good and that. But maybe lads who've come out, something for them.
Yeah, like support. Charities.
Because although there's stuff out there, if it could help. you know, that I'd like to.
Yeah. No, 1,000,000%. Like, a big thing I promote, like, I do websites and that, and I always, so even though you haven't won the lottery, I haven't won the lottery, or a lot of people, when I have these conversations, even though we haven't won the lottery, it's still, like, for me, let's say your knowledge, your passion, let's just say you had BillyArmySupport.com, and you had some form of, like, website, and you had articles, and you had posts, and you had links to these support groups. We can still kind of, if we've got the time and we're passionate about it, we can still create a presence online, can't we?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's something, like, I haven't won the lottery, but I like online stuff, and I just think when you've got, so a couple of years ago, I never had, you know, verbally, I had all these ideas, this knowledge. Like, I'm big into quantum physics. That's just my thing, whether it's quantum physics, whether it's the army, whether it's model railways, whether you're a surgeon, we all have different passions. And I just think if you can organise it and structure it on a website, then verbally, when you're having a conversation with someone and they go and check out your channel or whatever, it sells your idea better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I just think that's within our means, because not everyone, most people are not going to win the lottery, but it's good because then it opens up other avenues then for you to kind of network, do other things. Maybe you might want to monetize it. You could, you know, talk about certain products to do with the army, and it opens up door. My brands get out rat race, yeah? Because for me, it's just a lot of people are in the rat race, and I just think it's not all about the monetary rewards. I think if you can get fulfillment, I get fulfillment talking about quantum physics and belief systems and perspectives, but then someone else might talking about what you're talking about, or something else. I've asked the question so much, and it's good if you can create a presence, and then it opens other doorways for you to monetize. Yeah. But it's good. I love perspectives. Do you know much about geopolitics?
Oh, sorry.
I know, for me, I know a little bit about everything. We've all got the world's information, the library, Google, at our fingertips. But, like, for me, I just think the world is at, like, a bit of a precipice, in the sense of, so geopolitics to me is how the world is going to be shaped and run. So we've got democracy, which is us in the West, what we're used to, and then you've got other nations that are more authoritarian around the world, like Russia and China. So for me, how I like to frame it, you've got over 200 countries in the world. What matters is the countries that have got a big military. So Europe as a bloc, because the UK on its own is not big enough. And then we've got America, and then we've got Russia and China. So I feel that, let's say, a lot of people, first of all, I just think I'm a big fan and advocate of democracy and Western values, the US Constitution, the Magna Carta, the Bill of Rights, because for me it represents freedom. And let's just say at the moment, I'm not saying it's perfect. There's a famous quote. I picked up a guy, foreign relations, and he said this boss quote, and it was something Winston Churchill said. And he said it, I'm paraphrasing, but he said it's not the best of, it's the worst form of democracy, but it's the best of what we've got in respect to the alternative, living under, let's say, Russia's version of their form of, you know, communistic. Even though it's not communism now, it's still got that ideology. Its history is to do with communism, or China's. So how I like to frame it from a geopolitical point of view is, like I say, America, Europe as a bloc, China and Russia. So let's just say America, first of all, no one's perfect on the planet. Like Trump, apparently he's making America great again, and I just feel that because of the military might, let's just take America out of the equation, I think other countries will take that void. And personally, I think most people, definitely in the West, would prefer a country that represents democracy and freedom. Like, would you like to live under, if you've got a choice, would you, of course, would you like to live under the non-perfect form of democracy we have here, or Russia or China?
Obviously, what we've
of course. So I'm a big fan of democracy, and a lot of people say, it's not democracy, it's this and that, and it's not perfect, or there's a lot of double standards and hypocrisy, which I get, but the solution to that is political engagement. if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just curious, like, do you have, the way I've framed it and summarised it, would you agree on that? Would you disagree?
Oh no, I agree with you. Like,
because someone's got to fill that void, and if we take, you know, Britain out the equation in America, who's going to fill the void?
Exactly.
So I think this form of order, world order, I think is better. I think for everyone than living under, because freedom is I think should be at the heart for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you want to feel protected as well, don't you?
Definitely, yeah.
As much as Trump's mental, he gives you like that confidence that, you know, we're safe where we are. I know that sounds horrible because there's people who are like really struggling and that. But again, that's where it come down to our militaries to go there to help. But it doesn't always have to be the military. You'd have can't think of the humanitarians do go over there and help out in countries and stuff like that. But you'd always want to feel protected, don't you?
Definitely, yeah.
And Trump gives you that belief that you feel a little bit safe under him. You look at other, you know, leaders, and you think, if I lived in that country, would I feel as safe? Do you get what I mean?
Definitely, yeah, exactly. And I think that's the key thing, and it boils down to freedom. Like, some of our freedoms that are, and I understand that they're being attacked, but what we've got here, living under China and Russia, we just haven't got them. And I think the relationship with Britain and America, though not perfect, and it can be a bit frosty at times, I still think that it does represent a form of freedom. And other people will disagree and they'll feel, well, no, it's double standards. But for me, I just think it's important for them foundations of democracy. And I think that's what the army's for, whether it's here or whether it's in America. And a lot of Europe, and I just think it's important. And like you say, potentially, you know, conscription down the line, not national service, but ultimately I just think it's an important role for people to play.
Well, yeah, definitely. Yeah. But again, like the people who have all these opinions, they're all on like YouTube now, and they're all behind the keyboard.
Yeah.
If they didn't have what we have now, they wouldn't have these opinions. They wouldn't be able to voice them. Do you know what I mean? If they were in these other, like Ukraine, Russia, can't imagine many people go online and say these things. But
no, yeah,
it's just the world we're in, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. We're just coming to the end now. But no, Billy, thank you for agreeing. It's good to always get a perspective. And like I say, it's people should be entitled to have different opinions, and you'd agree or disagree. And if you ultimately, if you want change, you've got to vote. Do you resonate with any political party?
No, not really.
No? Okay.
That might just be a little bit down to naivety over the years, because I've just got on with my life, and I've known what I've wanted to do, and I've just got on and done it. I haven't really been a voter, so
no, and that's totally fine. A lot of people can be disillusioned.
Apologies to anyone who's listening.
But yeah, no, it's been a pleasure. Anything you want to say before we? Are you all right this side?
Any side, mate?
You sure? Yeah. Okay.
Whatever.
Anything you want to say before to bring it to the close?
No, just thanks.
Yeah,
Keep me entertained as well.
Yeah, and look how quick we got here.
I know, yeah.
Super quick. But yeah, I'll just let you know the name of the channel now. But as it grows, it's good to get different points of view.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. Best stuff, yeah.